How's it going, everyone? Unretired here, and today I just wanted to make an overview of the Outcast Quartermaster. So, not the Quartermaster itself, but the gear that is offered through quest lines, bounties, and actually rep farming is really easy for outcasts. I'll just show you here. So outcasts, basically, you're getting reputation from quests and bounties, as I just mentioned, and also by killing ethereals and chitonians, which you will be killing an enormous amount of just leveling in the areas. Maybe not in the new Act 4 area, but once you reach a Fort Icon, and you can go into Act 3 as well, to farm this. It is very easy. I only completed the quest line up until the one that asks you to go to the Necropolis, which is not available yet, and I'm already at honor just by killing mobs. Alright, so let's go take a look at the Quartermaster, what's available for you. So as you can see, friendly, respected, there's absolutely nothing that you can buy. The only ones that you can only buy of is as you reach honored and as you reach revered. Now, what made me go to Outcast instead of the Legion? It was completely by mistake. You get a quest that asks you if you want to kill this guy here, which is Anasteria, and I was just like, okay, I won't kill him. Let's see what happens. And it made me go to a quest line. I completed it, and you are losing Legion rep if you're completing quests for outcasts. Don't forget that, okay? So I would concentrate on either or first, or what you can do is you don't do any bounties, just farm, still do your Legion reputation quests, do your bounties, get what you need at the Legionnaire Quartermaster, and then start your bounties and continue rep grinding for the outcasts. The gear is more suited for Act 4, as you've most likely noticed if you've already been playing. There is a lot of cold damage. There's some fire damage, but mostly what I've encountered is more chaos or cold damage. Now, this is the reason being I actually chose to get a Outcast Shield Pauldrons, which is the shoulders. So the only pieces of gear that you'll be getting on Honored are shoulders and chest pieces, and obviously you'll be getting the Wrath of the Outcast. So as soon as you reach 50 Honored, make sure that you buy this and learn it, okay? Because this is not the one that you put in your transfer tab. This is the one that's for yourself. Here you're gaining 50% more, so 1 for 1, so you're getting 2, okay? It's pretty easy, straightforward. I went for the Outcast Shield Pauldrons, which will give me a +1 to Amarasta's Blade Burst, which is, in my opinion, a very underrated skill that I haven't seen many people actually use. I started to enjoy it more, especially since mobs really come at you in big packs. So it's very, very efficient at mowing them down fairly quickly, especially with my build, extremely burst glass cannon build for my Nightblade. Now, what else can you get here? So you'll get the lighter armor pieces, which will give you +1 to Infernal Breath, which is for pets, 1 to Reckless Power, 1 for Stormcalder's Pact if you're a shaman, Heartseeker, which would be kind of for me, for Nightblade, if you're in that build, which I am, but I prefer to go for Amarasta's Blade Burst, just to see how the feel of it, right? And you have Alswain's Chosen. Now, if you go to the second shoulder row, you'll have the Vindictive Flame. As you probably noticed, it's for the same classes as it goes down, so this is still for Demolitionist. Vindictive Flame +1, and as you'll notice, the armor, is much higher than the mantles. Okay, mantles, pauldrons, and then you'll have your vestments and your cuirass. Now, this will give you some defensive abilities, fire damage, burn damage, and the +1 to Vindictive Flame, which is pretty good if you're using that kind of build. It's all about the build and your playstyle. Don't forget that. As of mine, it's burst, but I also use cold damage from my aura. Now you have the Outcast Sky Pauldron, which is for pets, plus the Storm Surge. So this is Shaman, but more of a, a hybrid, I would say, Pauldron. You're using lightning damage plus your pets. You have Calidor's Tempest, which is very good. This is I'm actually going to be getting this for a character that I'm actually building at the moment, which will be a Calidor's Tempest build. So stay tuned for that one as well. And +1 to Possession. This one has very high offensive ability for a Pauldron, which is really good. So it's a very more for burst builds, in my opinion, anyways. Then you have your vestments. Pet again, cast speed, offensive ability, aether damage, vestment, again lightning damage, electrocute with pets. This one, it's hard to justify exchanging it to for myself in my build because as you can see, my Herald's Jacket has a high amount of physique, and I have Cunning, Constitution, Pierce resistance, fire resistance as well. So we'll have to see later on if I can get some better pieces of gear to actually upgrade my chest. Fire damage again, and so on and so forth. It goes down to the same thing, except it has higher armor, and the values are completely different from the vestments. Now for Revered, this is what caught my eye basically on why I wanted to continue with Outcast compared to Legion. It's just because of all of these. I mean, you don't have these amount of magical powders for Legion. Plus, you have 3 of them that are used and applied to all armor. So you can apply these to all armor. So you have plus 8% aether resistance, 8% to fire and cold resistance, which in my opinion is quite important, especially for Act 4 Part 1. If you're especially hardcore, you want to be going for resistances, so this will help you enormously. And the other one is cold resistance and lightning resistance, so you can put a mix of all 3 if you'd like. It's really up to you. Now for these ones, apply one-handed weapons, shields, caster, offhands, physical damage, pierce damage. Same thing for this one, except it is for a 2-handed weapon, any or all 2-handed weapons. All right. The frostbite one, same thing, 1-hand, 2-hand. I like the damage on these ones. These are so good for certain kind of builds, and that's what they seem to be made for. It's for certain kind of builds. If you're more on a fire damage build and you're building up 1 or 2 skills, this will help your build enormously. Electric, acid, vitality damage. You have your aether damage as well. Chaos damage plus offensive ability with energy regeneration. Defensive with resistances. Like I said, if you're playing a hardcore character, this is quite important. And not the last. And this one, Nature's Wrath, Spirit of Vengeance, which is acid and poison based and offensive ability that is offered to you. Except for this one, this is more retaliation for ring and amulets. And also your Mandate of the Outcast, which is put in your transfer tab to give to another character. So when you actually are leveling from 50 to 60, you're getting a lot more reputation, which is very important. So that's about it, guys. Try out the bounties and whatnot, but don't forget, compare both and see which ones, which vendor you prefer, which reputation you'll be going up. I'm going with Outcast on this character for the moment, and we'll see down the line what kind of gear we'll end up with once we post our level 60 build video. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.